Nobody in college basketball has led like Rodney Terry has led over the last 2 months. And tonight, his Texas Longhorns are celebrating a great win over the Kansas State Wildcats. They go into the Octagon and they win it 69-66 over Kansas State. Rodney is joining us here on Field of 68 After Dark. Coach, congratulations on a win over a top 10 Kansas State team. What did it take from your group, and what did you learn about your group today?
Well, Joe, for one, I've got a great staff working behind me. Experienced staff, a staff that does a great job of having our guys prepared every day in practice, every night in games, putting the guys in the best position from a game plan standpoint, offensively and defensively. We got off to an okay start today, not a great start today. One, we were playing in an incredible environment against a really, really good team, well-coached team at their home. And, we didn't do a great job of taking care of the basketball early, was something that we placed emphasis on, and we didn't do a great job. We had 11 turnovers in the first half. We missed a lot of, point-blank shots early as well. I thought we still guarded pretty hard, though. And we closed out the half the right way. We're down 11, so we're still in a pretty good position going into the half, with everything that happened.
RT, I got to ask you about Christian Bishop, man, off the bench. I think he had 14 in the second half. He had 5 offensive rebounds. He had a couple blocks. He obviously had the steal and a couple defensive plays that helped you guys win the game on that final defensive possession. How important is it for guys to kind of buy into that idea? It's like, look, I'm going to be the energy guy off the bench. Maybe I won't start, but there's going to be nights where I get 30 minutes and I'm, the hero in a road game against a top 10 team.
Rob, he's been a star in his position all year long, coming off the bench for us. He's a guy that comes in that can easily be a starter at other places, but he's bought into the whole team concept and the concept of being on a winning team and winning. His minutes today, even early in the game when he had some opportunities to score early in the game, he's really hard on himself, and we went in at half, and I thought he did a great job of hitting the reset button and came out in the second half and just gave us a tremendous lift on the offensive end in terms of scoring the ball, rebounding the ball, gave us a defensive presence as well, and was really a big difference maker for us today.
Yeah, Coach, I coached against Christian Bishop, so I know how good he can be as a starter and otherwise. So he's doing really well for you down there. Hey, take people through the minds, Coach, because I don't know, and I know, like, as an assistant coach, you've got, 12 years under your 11, 12 years as a head coach. You've been in both seats, but to have that happen in the middle of the season, and obviously your guys have responded tremendously, and you've led that charge, you and the staff together. But from a mindset standpoint, how did you handle that messaging with the group? There's enough noise with social media, with everything else, and then you have this, a huge distraction. But guys have remained focused. Take guys through your mindset and your message as that's happening.
Well, I think LaVelle, for one, I think our staff again. I mean, we again collectively as a group, we're all on the same page, and I think from the very outset of this season, we're all on the same page of what we were trying to get accomplished this year with this group. I thought that when everything did transpire the way it did, I thought everyone really kind of stuck together and really, took their games to another level in terms of what we were doing, from a responsibility wise. Really, also concentrated on our guys and keeping our guys in a great frame of mind every day with the right attitude and the right approach. The one thing I'll say in terms of working with Chris as well, he often a lot of times let us do a lot of coaching. So, the voices were heard at all times. It wasn't like it was the first time guys were hearing my voice, the first time they were hearing other guys on our staff's voice in terms of coaching them, whether it be in practice or games. So we've had opportunities to be in front of the team on a regular basis, and I think that's really helped the transition in terms of keeping these guys staying the course and what we were trying to get done this season.
Coach, so you guys are in the midst of maybe the worst 4-game stretch in anywhere in college basketball this year. You were at Tennessee, then you get Baylor, then you're at Kansas State, and your award for winning at Kansas State is 2 days later, you got to go down the road to Lawrence and play in Fog Allen Fieldhouse. Look, I don't know what's in that tea that you're drinking, but I hope that you have a couple throat lozenges, man, because you're gonna need your voice.
No doubt about it. Again, we just try to look at things again, Rob, what we have in front of us. And the message we try to have with our guys all year long is live where your feet are, control what you can control. And for us, it's been day to day in terms of trying to get better as a team. And when we go into games, we try to win every 4 minutes and work the game for 40 minutes and work each possession like it's our last possession. And I think that's boded well for us. I mean, we put the first 40 minutes together over in Knoxville. We knew it wasn't going to be easy against a really, really good team over there that's, extremely well coached by Rick Barnes. And then we knew we were going to come back on the road and play another, top 10 team on their home court, or back at our place rather with Baylor. And, it wasn't going to get any easier, coming over here to Manhattan against another top 10 team. So again, what we try to do is we try to never get too high, never get too low, but to have an even keel and to just try to, tackle what's in front of us.
Rodney, give us a peek behind the curtain for you personally. You were at Texas 2002 to 2011. Now being back there, being a guy that's so synonymous with Texas Longhorns basketball, how much pride have you taken in this responsibility and what you've done with this group of men? And I'm curious, when you were handed this opportunity and throughout this gauntlet that is the Big 12, who's in your circle or who's someone that maybe placed a phone call to you, sent you that message that really hit close to home for you?
That was a great question, John. Man, you know what? This place is a special place to me being at Texas. I mean, I'm a Longhorn through and through. And, I had 9 great years when I was here before with Rick, and we had an incredible run. When an opportunity presented itself to come back and be a part of what Chris was building here and trying to win a national championship, because we did everything here previous with the exception of winning a national championship. And we all do this and put all the time and make the sacrifices we all make away from our families to win a national championship. And having a chance to come back here and be a part of this brand and try to, again, make our program relevant at an elite level, again, was something I really wanted to do. And to be honest, it gave me an opportunity to step back in an assistant role and, put a lot of things in perspective. I think anytime you do that, I mean, you go so hard for 10 years. I was a head coach and you're trying to build programs, and now you take a step back, just a step back in regards to not having all the obligations of being a head coach. You're still doing everything else that you do as a head coach in terms of your responsibilities and duties. But it gave me a great perspective to come back. And I think I've carried that over into my opportunity right now. I wanted to come back a whole lot different as a head coach. I think my demeanor is a lot different in the way I work with guys and how I deal with guys. And I think I appreciate the journey a little bit more, to be honest with you as well. I'm blessed to have a lot of great mentors in my circle. Harry Miller was one of the first ones to reach out to me. He gave me my first start in college coaching at Baylor University. Jared Wainwright's always been there. He's worked on my staff with me as well. And, a lot of respect for Coach Wainwright, and he's been there for me as well. Rick Barnes, I spoke to him, after the first game, and we had a chance to have a great conversation about things moving forward. And I'll be honest, I had some great competition and great rivalry with Steve Fisher over at San Diego, San Diego State when I was at Fresno State, and he and I had a great conversation one day as well. And I reached out to him and wanted to visit with him a little bit because he was in a similar situation, not too long ago, right, in terms of him winning a national championship and getting a chance to do that. So all those guys have helped me tremendously and given me great words of wisdom in terms of, some things that I should take into account and how we navigate through what we're navigating through this year. We're navigating through the best conference in college basketball in the Big 12.
Yeah, Coach, lastly, I know you had hit it before about the players. When you look at your roster, I look at your roster and say, man, if this happens and you don't have 6 seniors, there's no way. You and I both know, right? Just there's no way you would probably be doing it the way that you're doing it if it weren't for an older senior laden group. I know you got some freshmen, Dylan and Arterio playing in the rotation, but it's mostly old guys. How important, how critical, just with everything that happened, is that and their leadership and ownership?
Well, we had 7 guys return, and that's anytime you can have that kind of continuity and guys are back in your program for another year. Marcus Carr, Timmy Allen, Bishop, Dessou, and all those guys, they're all back another year. That's huge for us, and they played a ton of basketball. These guys are 5th, 6th-year guys playing college basketball, and they came back for a purpose, though. They came back and wanted to have a great year, and we set some lofty goals back in the summer on what we want to try to attain as a team. And, I've said to this group a ton here, and I don't think we've said it enough publicly, how proud I am of this group and what they've been able to do in terms of staying the course and blocking out the noise in terms of, people not thinking they could get done what they're trying to get done right now. I think the very first time we had this situation, they met as a team. And obviously, just like any team, your whole world's kind of been tossed upside down, but those guys quickly regroup and together as a group, they knew they still had everything that they set out to try to play for early in the year was still in front of them, and there was still a lot of basketball to be played, and I think they were excited about still playing. And this group has great chemistry. Our older guys, you alluded to the fact that we have older guys playing with young guys. I think our older guys have done a great job tutoring and working with our younger players. And I think our young guys have done a great job of accepting a lot of the advice and wisdom that they get from the older players. But this group has been player-led. They've done a great job. And we're just trying to continue as a staff, put these guys in the best position to be successful.
The Longhorns are 19-4 overall. They're 8-2 in the Big 12. They've won 4 straight Big 12 games. And now Rodney Terry and the Longhorns will be in action 9 Eastern time. Big Monday on ESPN, Top 10 Showdown at Kansas. Are you ready for Allen Fieldhouse on a Monday night?
You know what? We're gonna be super excited about the opportunity. I mean, the way I look at it with our team, we've been blessed with some incredible opportunities. This is just another one in line for us, against a very well-coached team, Hall of Fame coach. A team that's has 2 starters from the national championship team, and they play in an incredible atmosphere in Allen Fieldhouse. So we're going to be excited about the competition, excited about the challenge, and hopefully we'll go out and compete at a very high level.
We look forward to watching it. Rodney Terry, thanks for joining us on Field of 68 After Dark.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.